What if everything you desire is already quietly waiting for you? Not somewhere far away, but inside the way you think and feel about your life? Pause with that for a moment. The world has taught you to look outside for change. New job, new relationship, more money, better health, a peaceful mind. It all seems to be out there in someone else's hands, in circumstances, in luck. But there is a deeper truth, a gentler truth, whispering beneath all the noise. Your life is a mirror. What you habitually think, what you deeply feel, you quietly become. Think, feel, become. You are not begging life to give you something. You are learning to agree with it in your heart. When your thoughts and feelings bow in the same direction as your desire, life itself begins to move to match you. Not because you are forcing it, but because you are finally walking in harmony with who you really are. There is a sacred line that says, whatever you ask for, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Notice the secret hidden in it. It does not say, believe you will get it one day. It says, believe that you have received it. Past tense. Already done. That is the heart of this mystery. Think as if your desire is already fulfilled. Feel as if your desire is already yours. And slowly, steadily, you become the person for whom that desire is natural. Imagine a woman who longs for a loving relationship. For years she thinks, no one ever chooses me. I always get hurt. These thoughts are not just words. They carry a feeling of rejection, loneliness, and fear. And life, like a faithful mirror, reflects that inner story. She meets people who confirm it, situations that echo it. One day she decides to live from a different place. She begins to think, I am chosen. I am cherished. I am safe to love and be loved. At first it feels strange, like trying on clothes that belong to someone else. But she stays with it, kindly, gently. She imagines herself sitting at a dinner table, laughing with someone who genuinely cares. She feels the warmth of that love, the ease, the safety. She lets herself feel it before seeing it. She is doing something powerful, shifting her inner state. As within, so without. There is another ancient line that says, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Faith is not trying really hard to believe. It is the quiet decision to treat the unseen as more real than what your eyes can currently show you. It is choosing your inner movie and staying with it, even when the outer world has not caught up yet. Your thoughts are not just random clouds passing through the sky of your mind. They are seeds. Your feelings are the soil. Every time you repeat a thought with feeling, you press that seed deeper into the ground of your heart. You may think you are just worrying, just remembering, just complaining, but you are planting. And whatever you plant with feeling will grow. So if you want to attract anything you desire, begin here. Choose your inner conversations. Notice how you talk to yourself about money. Do you think it is always hard, it never lasts, I am always behind? Notice how you talk to yourself about your body. Do you think I am broken, I am weak, I never change? Notice how you talk to yourself about your dreams. Do you think people like me do not get that kind of life? These thoughts feel like facts, but they are repeated stories, and they are charged with feeling. That is why they are so powerful. You are not punished by them, you are living out from them. The beautiful news is this: you can choose again. There's a line that says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Not by effort alone, not by forcing the outside, but by renewing the inside. Transformation begins where you think and feel. So how do you actually do this? Find a quiet moment. Close your eyes. Think of one desire that truly matters to you right now, not 100 things, just one. Maybe it is peace in your mind. Maybe it is a specific amount of money. Maybe it is a healed relationship. Maybe it is a healthy body. Now, instead of thinking about the desire as distant, ask yourself a gentle question. If this were already done, how would I feel right now? Would you feel relieved, grateful, joyful, free, safe? Let that feeling rise in you, even if only a little at first. Now picture a small, simple scene that would naturally take place if your desire were already fulfilled. Not the whole story, just a snapshot. Maybe it is a message on your phone saying, congratulations, you got the job. Maybe it is a doctor smiling and saying, your results are clear. Maybe it is a loved one hugging you and saying, we made it. Do not think rain. Do not force your imagination. Just gently replay that little scene in your mind again and again, as if you are remembering something that has already happened. Let the feeling of it wrap around you. Breathe in that feeling. Rest in it. In that moment, you are no longer a person trying to get something. You are a person who has it. You have stepped into the state of the wish fulfilled. This is not pretending. This is choosing a higher truth. The outer world is slow, like a shadow. The inner world moves first, and the outer follows. When you think and feel from the end, from the fulfilled desire, you quietly send a new instruction to life. This is who I am now. And life, faithful as always, will arrange itself to meet you there. You may say, but what about my doubts? What about my fear? You do not have to fight them. When they come, notice them, thank them for trying to protect you, and then gently return to your chosen feeling. Speak to your heart like a loving parent. I know you are afraid, but we are safe. It is already done. We are allowed to be happy. There is also great power in your words. When you say, I am, you are not describing who you are deciding. When you say, I am always unlucky, I am always rejected, I am always broke, your world echoes those words. When you say, I am provided for, I am loved, I am guided, I am capable, I am chosen, your world learns a new song. Think, feel, become. Imagine two people walking through the same day. Both face challenges. One says inside, nothing ever works out for me. The other says, somehow everything works together for my good, even when I do not yet see how. Same world, different inner state. One is closing doors without knowing it. The other is walking with open hands. If you desire healing, think and feel from wholeness. See yourself doing the things you long to do. Feel the ease in your body. Whisper to yourself, my body knows how to heal. I am supported. If you desire abundance, think and feel from enough. See yourself paying bills with calm, giving generously, sleeping peacefully at night. Whisper, I am always supplied. There is more than enough. Do not wait for evidence to feel this way. Feeling it is what invites the evidence. At night, before you fall asleep, your mind is soft and open, like fertile ground. This is a holy time. Instead of replaying worries or AR, humans choose to replay the scene of your desire fulfilled. Let that be your last inner picture of the day. Fall asleep not with fear, but with faith, not in longing, but in possession. There's another sacred saying, let it be done to you according to your faith. Faith is not a distant religious word. Faith is the inner agreement that says, yes, I have it. Yes, it is mine. Yes, I am allowed to receive. When your thoughts, feelings, and inner pictures all say that, yes, life does not argue, it answers, you are not small. You are not powerless. You carry within you the same creative life that spoke worlds into existence. Every time you choose a loving thought over a fearful one, every time you choose gratitude over complaint, every time you choose a vision of fulfillment over a story of defeat, you are shaping your world. So, think in alignment with what you desire. Guard your inner conversations like a precious garden. Feel now the joy you believe the manifestation will bring. Do not wait for the outer to give you permission to feel blessed. Feel it and watch the outer rearrange, and slowly, quietly, you will notice something beautiful. Things begin to flow to you. The right people appear. The right doors open. The impossible becomes somehow ordinary, but even more precious than what you attract is what you become. You become someone who trusts. You become someone who loves. You become someone who knows they are never alone. You become the living proof that when you think with faith, feel with love, you cannot help but become the embodiment of your deepest desires. Tonight, when you lay your head down, close your eyes and step into the life you long for, not as a dreamer watching from far away, but as the one already living it. Thank the unseen for being more real than what you can touch. Rest in that gratitude. Think it, feel it, become it, and watch with quiet wonder as life rises to meet the new you. There is another gentle secret that can change your life. You do not attract what you beg for. You attract what you quietly assume to be true about yourself. If deep down you assume, I am unlucky, I am not enough, life is against me, your mind will filter the world to prove you right. You will overlook openings, mistrust kindness, and walk past doors that were made for you. Not because you are cursed, but because your inner picture does not match the blessing standing in front of you. But when you begin to assume, I am loved, I am guided, I am provided for, good things are natural for me, something shifts that is far more than positive thinking. You begin to see differently. You begin to hear differently. You begin to notice paths you did not see before because you are not the person who could see them. Think of someone who wants to start a business but secretly believes, I always fail. Even if they read the best books and meet helpful people, That hidden assumption will sabotage their efforts. They might delay, procrastinate, or quit too soon. But if that same person begins to gently, repeatedly assume, I am capable, I am supported, success is safe for me, their actions will subtly change. They will send that extra email, make that extra call, stay with the idea one more month. And that one extra step often makes the difference. There is a sacred promise that says, as you believe in your heart, so it is. The heart here is not just emotion. It is the deep inner agreement you carry about who you are and what is possible. When you want to attract something, you are actually being invited to change that deep agreement. If you desire love, the invitation is to agree, I am lovable and worth choosing. If you desire wealth, the invitation is to agree, I am worthy of abundance and wise enough to handle it. If you desire peace, the invitation is to agree, I am not a prisoner of fear, I am held in safety. One simple practice can help you step into this agreement. Call it your inner rehearsal. Several times a day, pause for just a few breaths. Ask yourself, if I already had what I desire, how would I walk into this moment? Would your shoulders relax a little? Would your breath soften? Would your tone of voice be gentler? Would you smile more easily? For a few seconds, walk, breathe, and speak as that fulfilled version of yourself. You are not pretending, you are rehearsing the truth of who you are becoming. Over time, these few seconds add up. They reteach your nervous system what safety and joy feel like. They reteach your mind what stories to tell. They reteach your heart what is normal for you. Then, when the opportunity comes, you are not shocked by it. You are ready for it because you have already lived it inside. When fear rises, as it often does, you do not have to be ashamed. Fear does not mean your faith is weak. It just means your old stories are loud. You can answer them with kindness. When the thought comes, this will not work for you, you can say inside, I understand why you feel that way. For a long time, we believed that. But now we are learning something new. We are loved. We are seen. We are allowed to receive. There's a wise saying that reminds us perfect love casts out fear. The more you choose loving thoughts toward yourself, the less grip fear has on you. Love and fear cannot sit comfortably in the same seats. You do not get rid of fear by wrestling it. You let it go by filling the space with love. So speak to yourself with love. Instead of, what is wrong with me? Try, I am learning, I am growing, I am allowed to take my time. Instead of, I always ruin things, try, I did my best with what I knew then. I know better now, so I will do better now. These new words may feel strange at first, but remember, you are not trying to describe your current life. You are shaping your future one gentle thought at a time. Another powerful key is gratitude. Not just gratitude for what you can see, but gratitude for what you have asked for and cannot see yet. When you give thanks for your desire as if it is already here, you are standing in the finished picture, not the unfinished one. You are agreeing with the unseen. Before you eat, whisper thanks not just for the food, but for the overflowing abundance that is already on its way. When you go to work, whisper thanks not just for the job you have, but for the promotion, the opportunities, the creative ideas that are coming. When you look at your body, whisper thanks not just for what feels good, but for the energy, strength, and healing that are unfolding. Gratitude is a quiet form of faith. It says, I trust that I am cared for. I trust that good is coming to me. I trust that even this process is working for my good. Such a heart cannot stay empty for long. You can even transform memories this way. If there are moments in your past that still hurt, you can enter them in your imagination and gently give them a new ending. Remember a painful scene, not to suffer again, but to rewrite it. See yourself comforted, protected, spoken to with love instead of harshness. Feel the relief. Let that new version settle into your heart. You are teaching your inner world that you are not trapped by what happened. You are free to create a kinder story now. This softens your feelings, and softened feelings bring softer experiences. Above all, let your desire be an invitation to a deeper friendship with your own heart. Instead of asking only, begin asking, who am I becoming through this? Because every time you choose to think with faith and feel with love, you are not only attracting a thing, you are becoming someone new. When you look at your life, remember that the current picture is just an echo of old thoughts and old feelings. If there are parts you do not like, you do not need to condemn yourself or fight the shadows. Just turn your attention inward and begin a new pattern. Choose a new inner conversation. Choose a new feeling to rest in. Choose a new assumption about who you are. With each small choice, your inner world shifts, and slowly, like dawn breaking over the horizon, your outer world begins to reflect the light you have been carrying all along. Think of a time in your life when something just worked out in a way you did not plan. Maybe you met the right person at the right time. Maybe money came from a place you did not expect. Maybe a door opened that looked impossible a week before. Remember how, just before that, you were starting to soften inside, to hope again, to quietly feel, maybe things can change for me. That shift in you was not an accident. It was a signal. The moment you allowed a new feeling, life had room to surprise you. This is why your inner world matters more than anything. You can try 100 techniques on the outside, but if inside you feel small, rejected, forgotten, unworthy, those techniques will always seem to fall flat. But if you deeply feel chosen, loved, provided for, and guided, even small, simple actions on the outside become powerful. Imagine someone looking for a job. One person sends out resumes with dread, thinking, "No one will pick me, I am not good enough." Every click of send carries that heavy feeling. Another person sends out resumes with a quiet inner knowing, "I am a blessing wherever I go. The right place is looking for someone just like me." Same action, different inner tone, different world. You can begin right now to infuse your ordinary actions with a new inner tone. When you clean your room, do it with the feeling, "I am preparing space for," or a new chapter. When you cook a meal, do it with the feeling, "I am loved and supported, I always have enough." When you sit down to rest, do it with the feeling, "I am safe to stop, safe to breathe, safe to receive." There is a line that says, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened." Ask with your thoughts. Seek with your feelings, knock with your persistent inner vision. The giving, finding, and opening cannot stay away from a heart that stays lovingly fixed on the end result. You are not trying to convince some distant power to help you. You are aligning with the truth that has been waiting for you all along. If your desire is big and feels far away, do not be discouraged. Sometimes the gap between what you see and what you want can feel like a deep valley. But the bridge is always the same. Think, feel, become. Start small if you need to. Choose one quality you want to live from today. Maybe it is peace. Maybe it is confidence. Maybe it is kindness toward yourself. Throughout the day, keep returning to it like a home base. Ask yourself, if I really am a peaceful person, how would I respond to this moment? Then act from that place. You are practicing being the person you want to be before all the outer details catch up. This practice does not ignore reality. It plants a higher one. When the outer world shouts, "You are behind, you are failing," it is too late. Your inner world can gently say, "I am exactly where I need to be to step into my new life. Everything in my story is being used for my good." That inner answer is not just comforting, it is creative. It writes a new outcome. If there is an area of your life that looks stubborn, where nothing seems to change, that is often the very place where your old assumptions are strongest. You might say, relationships are always painful, or money is always a struggle, or my body never cooperates. Those phrases can feel like truth, but they are rehearsed beliefs. Try this. Write down the old sentence you keep saying in that area. Be very honest. Then gently write the opposite, loving sentence as if the highest love was speaking over you. "I always get left" becomes "I am cherished, kept, and chosen." "I never have enough" becomes "I am always supplied in beautiful and surprising ways." "I am broken beyond repair" becomes "I am being restored, strengthened and renewed." Every time you notice the old sentence, do not fight it. Just answer it with the new one. Feel the difference in your body when you say it. Even if it feels fragile at first, keep going. You are training your inner atmosphere. There is another beautiful line that says, "Let the weak say, I am strong." Not let the strong say, "I am strong," but let the weak say, "I am strong." Speak from the end, not from the problem. You do not wait to feel strong before saying it. You say it, and the strength begins to rise to meet the word. This is the essence of thinking, feeling, and becoming. You do not think from your present limitation. You think from your desired state. You do not feel from your current lack. You feel from your future fullness. Then that thought and feeling collaborate to shape who you are becoming. If you wish to attract gentle, loving relationships, start by letting your inner tone toward yourself become gentle and loving. The way you speak to your own heart sets the vibration of what you will allow from others. If you speak to yourself in harsh judgment and constant criticism, you will unconsciously tolerate that from the outside. But if you begin to speak to yourself with patience, kindness, and respect, you will naturally be drawn to those who mirror that and less willing to stay where you are not honored. If you wish to attract inspired opportunities, begin to see yourself as someone who carries value. Not one day when I achieve certain things, but now, as you are. Ask yourself, what if my ideas are actually needed? What if my presence blesses rooms I walk into? Sit with that possibility until it starts to feel normal. It is not arrogance, it is agreement with the truth that you are not an accident. When you feel small, it can help to remember that even the smallest seed can hold a vast tree within it. No one looks at a seed and calls it useless because it does not look like a forest yet. They honor the potential inside it. Do the same with yourself. Honor what you carry even before the outer branches show. Breathe this in. There is nothing missing in you that prevents your desire from flowering. The path between here and there is not about becoming worthy enough. It is about seeing that you already are. Let your mind return to this again and again. Like waves returning to the shore, you are allowed to change. The way you think, you are allowed to choose new feelings. You are allowed to step into a new version of yourself that matches the life you long for. Whenever you feel lost about what to do next, come back to the simple compass inside you. What am I thinking right now, and how is it making me feel? Then gently ask, what would I be thinking and how would I be feeling if my desire were already mine? Let the answer to that question guide your next breath, your next word, your next small action. There is a beautiful way to look at every desire in your heart. Instead of seeing it as something far away that you must chase, see it as a quiet invitation from life saying, this already belongs to you within. Come agree with it. When you want something deeply, it is often because there is already a version of you living in that reality within your imagination. You can feel it sometimes. When you daydream about your future, when you catch yourself smiling at a thought, when you imagine walking into a new home, holding a new hand, standing in a new level of peace. That is not fantasy. That is your spirit showing you who you can become. There is a sacred saying that tells us you are Renee. Wed from the inside by the changing of your mind, not by forcing your surroundings, but by letting your inner picture be made new. So if you want to attract something different, dare to let your inner picture look different. Take a moment right now and think of one area of your life that feels stuck. Maybe it is money, maybe love, maybe health, maybe inner peace. Notice the usual picture that pops into your mind when you think about it. Do you see struggle, disappointment, confusion, or fear? That inner picture has probably been rehearsed for a long time. No judgment. You did the best you could with what you knew. Now gently, like turning a page, allow a new picture to form. Ask yourself, if everything worked out better than I expected in this area, what would I see? What would a single ordinary moment in that new life look like? If it is money, maybe you see yourself checking your account and quietly smiling because there is more than enough. If it is love, maybe you see yourself sitting on the couch, feeling safe and seen, laughing about something small and sweet. If it is health, maybe you see yourself walking outside, breathing deeply and freely, amazed at how light your bow. Di feels, do not rush through this. Let one small, simple scene settle in your mind. Not a perfect, dramatic moment, just something natural and real. Then ask yourself, how would I feel in that moment? Let the feeling wash over you, even if your outer world is different right now. This is the inner work that changes everything. You are gently teaching your mind and body a new normal. There is another line that says, let the poor say I am rich. It does not say, let the poor say I will be rich someday. It invites you to speak from the finished state, from the end. In the same way, let your inner voice speak from what is already fulfilled, not what is missing. I am loved. I am cared for. I am guided into right paths. I am stronger and wiser than I have ever been. Even if part of you trembles when you say it, that is all right. You are not lying. You are agreeing with a deeper truth that your outer world has not caught up with yet. When doubts come, and they will, let them come without panic. Doubt does not cancel your desire. It just shows you where you have believed in the opposite for a long time. Treat doubt like a small child who has seen too many sad stories. You would not scream at that child. You would hold them and say, I know you are scared, but things can be different now. You can give your doubt the same softness. When the thought whispers, "This will never happen for you," gently answer, "We used to believe that, but now we are learning a new way. We are loved. We are received. Doors open for us." Every loving answer you give to your old fear is a step into a new identity. Another powerful practice is to live your day as if you have already become the person you desire to be. Ask yourself throughout the day, what would the fulfilled version of me do right now? If your desire is peace, maybe the fulfilled you would pause before speaking, breathe, and choose a softer reply. If your desire is abundance, maybe the fulfilled you would treat the money you have with more respect and gratitude, instead of fear and resentment. If your desire is love, maybe the fulfilled you would start by being kinder and more open with yourself, instead of waiting for someone else to do that first. This is not pretending, it is alignment. You are moving your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions into harmony. You can think of it like tuning an instrument. If one string is off, the whole song feels wrong. When your thoughts say, "I am never chosen," your feelings sink into sadness and your actions become guarded and defensive. The music of your life sounds heavy. But if your thoughts begin to say, "I am worthy of gentle, steady love," your feelings soften and your actions become more open and available. The music changes and life responds to that new song. There is comfort in remembering that you are never doing this alone. The same power that shapes galaxies listens to the quiet movement of your heart. When you lift your inner eyes toward a better possibility and choose to believe in it, you are not just thinking positive. You are agreeing with a wisdom that sees beyond your fear. In those moments when it feels hard to hold the vision, when your body is tired or your mind is overwhelmed, you can simply rest in a short, gentle sentence, like a soft pillow for your heart. I am held. I am not forgotten. Help is already on the way. Things are working together for my good, even when I cannot see it. Let these words be like a warm blanket over your worries. You do not have to hold the whole world together. You are allowed to lean, to trust, to rest. When you practice thinking and feeling in this new way, do not judge your progress by how fast the outer world changes. Instead, notice the small shifts in you. Notice how you bounce back from disappointment a little faster. Notice how you speak to yourself a little more kindly. Notice how you dare to dream a little bigger without immediately shutting yourself down. These are signs that you are becoming someone new. And as you keep choosing this path, as you keep returning to your inner vision, as you keep answering fear with love and lack with faith, the invisible will slowly become visible. The unheard will become heard, and the desires that once felt far away will feel closer, more natural, more like home. So here you stand, right between who you have been and who you are becoming, with the quiet power to choose, not out there in some distant future, not in someone else's hands, but here in your own thoughts and feelings. Life is not waiting to see if you deserve your desires. It is waiting for you to agree with them. Every time you dare to think from love instead of fear, every time you feel from the end instead of the lack, you are whispering to the universe, "This is who I am now," and the universe answers, "Then this is what you shall see." Let your heart hear this. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. Everything you have walked through has only deepened your capacity to receive. The tears, the delays, the disappointments have not disqualified you. They have carved space in you for a greater joy. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to believe that goodness is meant for you. You are allowed to step out of old stories and say, "I choose a new one." So as you move forward, walk as the person who already has what they asked for. Think the thoughts that match your answered prayer. Feel the feelings that belong to the life you long for. Let your imagination be your secret meeting place with your fulfilled self. Hold that inner vision gently but firmly, like a precious flame in your hands. And as you do, watch how life begins to bend toward you, how doors open, how help arrives, how the invisible quietly becomes visible. Think it, feel it, become it, and let your whole life testify that nothing was ever truly out of reach the moment you decided in your heart to be the one who already has it.